Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Kampa, two inseparable friends, Clement and Mohammed, forged a bond as sturdy as steel in the fires of their primary school days. Despite their differences, they complemented each other perfectly. Mohammed, with his sharp intellect, could unravel the mysteries of the world with ease, while Clement, though not as academically gifted, possessed a heart of gold and an unyielding determination. Their paths diverged after university. Clement found success in the corporate world, landing a coveted position at a prestigious company where he soared to heights beyond his wildest dreams, earning millions and accolades aplenty. Meanwhile, Mohammed, despite his brilliance, found himself adrift in a sea of rejection letters, unable to secure a job worthy of his talents. As the years rolled by, the once inseparable duo found themselves drifting apart. Clement, consumed by the demands of his high-flying career, found little time for anything beyond board meetings and business trips. The frequency of their communications dwindled until their conversations became nothing more than fleeting exchanges on social media. It was a chance encounter that brought them back together after many years. Clement stumbled upon Mohammed by happenstance on a crowded street corner, and his heart clenched at the sight of his old friend. Gone was the confident, bright-eyed boy he once knew. In his place stood a shadow of his former self, worn down by the trials and tribulations life had thrown his way. Unable to bear seeing his friend in such a sorry state, Clement vowed to help Mohammed turn his fortunes around. So when an opportunity arose at his workplace, Clement wasted no time in extending a helping hand to his friend. With his recommendation, Mohammed secured a job at the same company where Clement had carved out his own success. Mohammed's brilliance shone bright once more, earning him the admiration and respect of his colleagues and superiors alike. But as fate would have it, darkness lurked just around the corner, threatening to engulf their fragile bond in its cold, unforgiving grip. In the midst of Mohammed's ascent within the company ranks, Clement made a startling discovery. His friend had rekindled a relationship with an ex-girlfriend from his high school days, a woman whose reckless behavior and extravagant lifestyle set alarm bells ringing in Clement's mind. Despite his best efforts to warn Mohammed of the dangers lurking beneath the surface, his words fell on deaf ears. Blinded by love and consumed by anger at what he perceived as jealousy on Clement's part, Mohammed lashed out, hurling hurtful accusations at his friend and severing the ties that bound them together. Days turned into weeks, and the chasm between them widened with each passing moment. But fate, it seemed, had one final twist in store for them both. One fateful day, Clement received a summons from the board of directors, their faces etched with grave concern. As he sat before them, his heart pounding in his chest, the words that tumbled from their lips shattered his world into a million irreparable pieces. "Do you know your friend is a thief?" they asked, their accusatory gaze piercing through Clement like a dagger through his soul. Shocked and disbelieving, Clement watched in horror as the damning evidence played out before his eyes, capturing Mohammed in the act of embezzling funds and stealing company property. With a heavy heart, Clement pleaded for mercy, begging the board to spare his friend from the clutches of justice. But their terms were clear. Mohammed had 1 week to come forward and confess to his crimes or face the consequences of his actions. As the days stretched on, Clement found himself torn between loyalty to his friend and the fear of losing everything he had worked so hard to achieve. The weight of the decision pressed down upon him like a leaden cloak, threatening to suffocate him with its unbearable burden. And so, the question lingered in the air like a whispered prayer. What would you do if you were Clement? Would you risk everything to save a friend, even at the cost of your own livelihood? Or would you turn your back on him, choosing self-preservation over loyalty and friendship? As the sands of time slipped through his fingers, Clement grappled with the weight of his decision, knowing that whatever choice he made would irrevocably alter the course of their lives forever. If you want more of this story, subscribe to this channel as we bring you amazing real-life stories every week.